Welcome back, guys. Sorry, was that not my line?
That was apparently both of our lines. No, I dropped my cookie in my milk.
Guys, we finally got our hands on the Subway footlong cookie.
Shit's pretty good.
I would recommend. You just have to either ask them to like put it in the oven a little longer, or
Yeah, it definitely tastes better crisped up.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of soggy earlier, and that was...
It's just a little too soft.
Anyways, hi. As you can see, we are snacking.
Mm-hmm. You guys should grab a snack too.
Grab a snack and sit down with us, because today we're going to talk about perfectionism.
Yay!
Boo!
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Woof, 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 woof. Is that your bark?
That sounds like a demon more than a... Wait, I'm going to actually try.
Okay, do a demon voice.
A demon one or a bark?
A demon.
Hello, I am demon. You do a demon voice.
I'm going to kill you.
That sounded like a sick Victorian child.
That has tuberculosis?
Yeah,
I'm terrible.
it's okay. You did your best. Okay, perfectionism. I'm a perfectionist. Like hardcore.
Okay. Let's start with what are our
Our definition. Back with the country. Pigeons.
The Texan comes out sometimes. What are our definitions of perfectionism? Mm-hmm.
That's actually a really good question. And words are not coming to me.
Okay, can I start with mine?
Please.
Okay. My definition of someone that's a perfectionist, in my mind, that looks like someone who will sit at a table in front of a piece of blank paper and a pen and sit there for hours before writing down a single word because they have to perfectly create the whole story in their head before they can even write it down.
Yep, that's me. And that's like the episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah, and it's like the most beautiful thing ever.
That's all you can write.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me to like my core. Like I'm afraid to like start learning guitar because I'm afraid of like not being perfect at the beginning and like upsetting myself.
Yeah.
But I think a perfectionist is someone who's always competing with themselves to be better and better at something.
Yeah.
But to a point where it's like an addiction and you like can't, I don't know. You literally have to be perfect, but there's no like actual perfect definition.
Yeah.
So you're always just trying to get better and better.
See, okay, by your standards, your definition, I would maybe consider myself a perfectionist. But by my definition and my standards, I didn't.
That's fair.
Because I'm not afraid to fail, and I know that'll just make me better. But I do hold myself to very, very high standards.
You do.
But I feel like that's more about disappointing myself, like not wanting to disappoint myself, rather than me being too afraid to try.
That makes sense. I also don't think you have like an unhealthy relationship with the definition of being perfect.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I need to be perfect in every single way. But I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
But you don't really seem to have like an unhealthy relationship with
that
idea.
Because to me, I think I could have easily gone down the road of being a perfectionist, but then my mom caught me at an early age and said to me, because I don't know, I was trying to learn how to do something and I was so frustrated at myself. It was probably like long division or something. And I was really just getting frustrated with myself and I was like, why can't I do it? My mom was like, hey, you learn to walk, you learn to talk, you learn to eat healthily, you learned manners, you learned every single thing you know is because you learned it. You weren't born knowing anything.
Right.
And that always gave me the confidence. Like when I was driving, she reminded me of that because I was so hard on myself because I failed my first driver's test, and she just reminded me. She was like, "Hey, you just need more practice. Practice makes better."
That's just such a hard concept to grasp for someone who, like, I don't know. I guess I have, like, such an extreme fear of failing at something that I really want to do.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of being bad at electric guitar whenever I've pined for it for so long, like, would hurt my soul. And so I'm too afraid to, like, not be perfect in the beginning, but I have to, like, remember that that is quite literally impossible.
Yeah.
Like, even Jimi Hendrix started somewhere, you know, before he could play upside down, you know?
That also, I guess, with that comes a question. Do you believe in natural talent, or do you believe in, like, honed craftsmanship? And do you think, like, these geniuses, you know, like Jimi Hendrix, Albert Einstein, do you think they were just born into that and that was their destiny, like that they were just talented at something? Or do you believe that you can work at something?
I do believe anyone can work at something to be good at something. Like, I always tell people whenever they're like, I can't sing, I tell them that you can. You just kind of have to take lessons, and you have to practice every single day, because it's like building a muscle like inside you that you just have to keep training in order to become better. So I really think you can hone any skill. But I do, on the same line, think that some people are born with, like, inherent talents. Like Elton John, for example, has always been kind of like a prodigy child whenever it comes to, like, music and composition and stuff like that, you know? And that kind of just came naturally to him. So I think that was more like his... But I don't know if I believe in destiny either. I don't know. I don't think futures are set in stone, but you definitely have things that you're inherently born talented at.
Yeah. There's a theory in psychology. It's called the 10,000 hour theory, and it basically states that someone can, if they do something, practice something for 10,000 hours, they'll be a master at it, a genius at it.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably true.
You think so?
Guess it depends on also what you're practicing and how you're practicing it, of course.
I think something that goes along with perfectionism, this is very much like my theory in this. I think sometimes perfectionism stems from being in the wrong field or following the wrong path. Because I believe in self-actualization, which is where someone has a strength in something. They just have to find what it is and actualize it and make it come true.
That makes sense.
Because I think a lot of times people will be stuck in something that's not their path, that's not their thing. They just haven't found their calling yet. Because I believe when you're really, really just good at something, it just, like, flows.
But under that same, like, umbrella, would you consider... Sorry, I have a cookie in my mouth.
You're good.
Would you consider perfectionists to be, like, trying too hard?
I believe in the rage to master, which is where you have to have the rage, the determination, the willpower, the tenacity to work at something and make yourself better. Sometimes that does come from perfectionism, a place of having to be perfect. And other times it comes from a place of passion, from a place of, you know, if you really believe you're doing good in your job, in your profession, and you're like, you know what, I really have to do good in this. I have to, you know, write a movie, put out a song, you know, put something out, or save the planet, you know, whatever it is you're doing, but like, you have to do it because it means so much to you, because XYZ, whatever your reason is, you know?
What if you're just bad at it?
Sometimes you're bad at something. Well, that's like, you know, the Einstein quote. That's, if you judge a fish's ability to climb a tree, it'll believe its whole life it's stupid. You know?
Right, but there's always a way to, like, adapt. In a way, I think. Like, it's always like whenever... I'm trying to think of an example in, like, a movie or something. where someone's working in a certain field, but then they find out by the end of the movie that they're better at this, like, subcategory.
Well, that's self-actualization. That's, like, finding your thing.
Truth. I guess I just don't know if, like... Bless you.
Excuse me, my goodness.
I think perfectionism also can come from a lot of, like, childhood issues and, like, always feeling like you have to own up to a certain idea of what either your parents want you to be, what your teachers want you to be, the expectations around yourself.
Sorry.
And bless you. You're all good.
We need to start a count for how many times I sneeze.
We're at 2.
My goodness.
But perfectionism can stem from, like, growing up trauma.
Yeah.
I think. And can, like, lead you into adulthood like that.
Yeah. You don't have to answer this if you're not comfortable, but, like, where do you think your perfectionism comes from?
My childhood. I think a lot of it has been... I mean, growing up, I always had, like, the mentality of wanting to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
Which I think I still have that mentality. I think that's a lot of what drives me. But with that has come my huge fear of disappointment and disappointing people around me.
Yeah.
Because I always want to be the best. I want to be the best and the brightest at everything.
Yeah.
So that definitely stemmed from my childhood. I was a straight-A student my whole elementary through high school. Like, you would never catch me with a B. I would cry if I got a B.
Yeah. Well, you also had different circumstances as to why you had to. Because, I mean, doctors said you, like, wouldn't be able to walk.
Yeah.
So you had to prove them wrong with that. And then also, like, people always assumed you also had a mental disability along with your physical one. So you also had to prove them wrong. That way, like, no, I am smart.
Exactly. I have realized that in my adulthood, that a lot of the times the reason I'm so hard on myself is because people in the past have been so hard on me.
Yeah.
And that I kind of just have taken that ugly mentality with me throughout my life.
Yeah.
But it really is because almost no one believed in me growing up. I mean, my parents did, obviously, and, like, they always wanted the best for me. Doctors, everyone else. It was just, I don't know, it was hard.
Yeah.
And so I think that probably is why I'm like how I am now. But it is, like, something you can grow out of. Like, in my acting, I don't, like, pine for perfection because I don't think there is perfection in acting.
Yeah.
But, like, my academics still, I have to be, like, perfect or else I'll, like, have that little heartbreak.
Yeah. See, I think my, like, not wanting to disappoint myself or others, for me, comes from a place of, like, ego.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, you know, like, I will never miss a deadline, or if someone's counting on me to, like, if I have to turn in X assignment or whatever so that someone else can work off of it. And, you know, if, like, my actions directly impact someone else, like, I will not let that happen. One, because I'm not a fucking shitty person and I care about other people besides myself. But then also from a place of ego, like, that's my name, that's my reputation. You know, I pride myself on my work ethic and my ability to be reliable and responsible.
Right. Do you think, like, your type of perfectionism, do you think that comes more from a stem of not wanting to disappoint others or not wanting to disappoint yourself? It's like with ego, I would think it would be, like, yourself.
Yeah. I think myself, but because, again, I think with my parents, they, like, growing up, I mean, the way they disciplined me was, like, talking to me. Like, I guess you can call it lecturing, but they really would, like, sit down and be like, why are you doing this? They were like, okay, you got, like, a bad grade on a test. Like, yes, I would like you to try better, but because I know you can do better. And they would always kind of, like, turn it back on me. Like, we believe in you, you know? You should believe in yourself, like, that kind of thing. And
they wanted you to actualize your potential.
They did, yeah.
Right. I get that. But I think that is, like, maybe the difference in our two types of perfectionism. You're more worried about, like, yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to let myself down.
And I am more about not letting others down.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't want to let myself down, but I think my fear comes from letting others down.
Yeah.
That would let me down if I let others down. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's too
No,
much.
that makes sense. That made sense, at least to me, you know? I don't know if it'll make sense to anyone else.
I don't know. I always wonder after I talk on these things if it's like, am I making any sense? I don't know.
I know. Also, y'all, I'm so excited that this is a video podcast so they can see, one, this setup that took me hours to set up. True. And then two, I don't know, just like our faces and our
vibes. I think I've dissociated like 5 times during this video. I'm gonna make fun of myself if that's...
Well, we'll see in post. And if so, we can keep a little... I don't know. We'll keep
you
one.
You can have your sneeze count. I'll have my
count.
Dissociation.
Yeah. And it'll be a thing. Maybe whoever like gets it right can, I don't know, send us a question, or what would be a good thing?
I have no idea. We don't even have fans yet, so.
My mommy will be a fan.
My classmates.
This is in English, so she would probably. She wouldn't really.
She would support though.
She would support. She'd be like, "You look so cute," or she'd be like, "Girl, you should have put on some more makeup." Okay, we're gonna tell y'all what characters we play because I feel like that's very telling of us as people.
Our Mario Kart characters?
Yeah.
Wait, let's do Mario Kart and then our Smash characters.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll start with my Mario Kart.
Okay.
My Mario Kart character is either Dry Bones on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Or Rosalina on a motorcycle.
Yeah. Mine's Yoshi.
Yes! Yoshi!
I like Yoshi.
You were also playing Koopa Troopa.
I was. They're both just so cute. I like little cutie characters. That's why also, okay, in Smash, I play as Kirby.
I play as Kirby.
Kirby's so cute. Oh, yeah, we do that a lot. Sometimes it'll have to be different colored Kirbys.
I know, we have to color. You're the bubblegum Kirby. I'm the... Yeah. I don't know, I change mine every single time.
You do blue sometimes.
And maybe green.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Gay. What? I thought because all the colors.
That thing, okay, the thing that kills me about that is the way that we don't even have to take that out of context. Like, it was out of context in context.
What do you mean?
Like, you did that out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You do that a lot. For a perfectionist, you're very random.
See, okay, this was actually going to be one of my questions. Like, where do we think our perfectionism lies within our relationships with others? Like, not in, like, a professional academic setting, but just in, like, our friendships and...
Like, in our personalities or in, like, interpersonal relationships?
Let's do interpersonal.
Okay. I don't expect perfectionism out of myself, but I do... I always expect compassion from myself to other people.
Right.
So that's something I always try to be very open-minded, very sympathetic in life situations, like that kind of thing.
And you are, definitely.
Thanks.
I think in my interpersonal relationships, it's kind of in a similar vein now. I think now I care less about what people think of me.
I was gonna say.
I care what my parents think, you guys think, and like occasionally some other people in my life. But maybe 2 years ago, ask me that same question, and I would say I cared a lot about what people thought of me. It hasn't been until recently that I've kind of discovered that it's okay to be weird, and it's okay to be spunky and funky.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've just been kind of embracing the odd parts about myself and not trying to, like, beat myself up over not being the perfect Instagram model and stuff like that. Because that's just not who I am.
Yeah.
Simply put.
I think I've definitely seen that change and growth in you. Because I remember sophomore year when you were thinking about cutting your hair.
And it was such a big deal to me.
And it was such a big deal because you really held on to it. You were like, no, my hair is my identifying factor. It's long and it's red. And then you cut it short. And then after that, you were so scared to change it from red because you were like, no, red hair, that's who I am.
Right.
And I was like, Delaney, your hair isn't like who you are. And I think now you've like changed your hair drastically many a times.
Right.
You know?
Because then I realized it's more fun to do it that way. And like, I shouldn't have to stress myself out about my appearance because I should just be doing what makes me happy at the time, you know? I don't know. I've been trying to be living the I'm just a girl life.
Yeah.
Trend following. I don't know.
Yeah.
what was the other one? There's interpersonal relationships and personality.
Those kind of go hand in hand. I think we kind of started to cover.
Do you have perfectionism towards yourself? If that makes sense, like.
I mean, I have high standards and expectations for myself. So in a way, yes.
Same.
You know, I like with my health and taking care of my person, like my hygiene, you know.
Right.
I'm very, like, I have a lot of expectations for myself.
You care a lot about.
I do.
Your
I like
appearance and like a looking healthy, feeling healthy.
Yeah, you know.
Kind of way.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm the same way. Well, okay, let me just rephrase. I do care a lot about my hygiene, but lately my health has been terrible, and sometimes.
Oh, that's where you were going.
Where did you think I was going? Oh God. Well, no. I was gonna say like my hygiene has maybe declined because my health has declined.
Okay, yeah.
I've been caring less for myself, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because of
that. Yeah. Stinky.
Is that where you thought I was gonna go?
Yeah.
Well, you just had to let me get there. I recognize it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I have this old man cough that won't go away.
That's all right. We're doing our best. I am a perfectionist when it comes to my health.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird because, like, I know in my soul and heart that I'm never going to be, like, healthy. That's just not a realistic thing for me.
Yeah.
But the more I see, like, statistics about my diagnosis and, like, how the quality of life tends to dip down a little earlier than it should, I, like, refuse to let that happen.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't know.
And to clarify for new followers, Delaney, what's the name of your condition?
I have a condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, aka known as brittle bone disease. Basically, my bones are like glass, and because of this, I have lots of messed up health issues.
Yeah.
Not just with my bones, but with muscles, joints. Mm-hmm. I have arthritis in my hands, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am a perfectionist when it comes to my health. Like, I've been going to the doctor every single time I feel something's wrong with me because I really just want to, like, nip it in the bud right whenever it starts happening. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, I know eventually I'm not going to be able to keep up with that, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like even now I'm not keeping up with it.
I think you've been doing a good job.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
It's very hard whenever. Yeah.
Okay, question.
Yes.
Do you think you're a perfectionist in the people you choose to be in your life?
Like, I expect a lot from them.
Yeah. / picky in who you choose to be around.
See, that's a suspicious question for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm very particular whenever it comes to the people I really let into my life. And I really tell, like, my deepest, darkest. I mean, obviously I'm picky with those people. But whenever it comes to, like, dating and stuff like that, I am not picky, apparently. I thought I was picky, but then I tend to choose, like, crap people. C has opinions. Valid opinions.
C will make no comment at this time.
Please don't. But I don't know. I feel like I thought I had... My standards for, like, dating are so high. Like, what I want is so good for myself, you know? But I can't find that, so I just fucking settle with the nasty trash on the side of the road, you know? And I'm like, all right, I guess if this is what I gotta have, I settle too fast for bad people.
You do. I see the settling part, which is why the high standards I don't see. You know?
What are my standards?
That's the thing. You
Maybe
started
they
off.
are on the ground.
Yeah. I think they are a little bit.
Well, that's also with perfectionism because, like...
You don't think you'll find the perfect person?
Exactly.
So you settle?
I also think it's... I have this stupid idea. This can go in our dating episode. Maybe this will just segue right into it. But,
if so, hi. Welcome to the episode.
Welcome to episode 3. Dating in your 20s.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying?
Starring Z and D. We have to remind them.
We didn't even say the title at the beginning of this episode.
We're doing
I stared
real
at
well.
you for so long just now. It felt like an eternity.
I feel like there's been so many pauses between.
It's okay. I can delete it in post. Like, okay, perfectionism is something you have to think about harder.
Yeah.
So I think we've been trying to articulate our thoughts correctly.
This may be where we end it.